Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to today's episode of the TMossBoss Show. I don't usually start off like that. I almost started off like my stream. I really didn't know where I was heading into when I did this podcast episode. Welcome to another episode. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I just had to circle through my brain and see okay, which introduction do I do for my podcast, but it's funny because I go into, I told myself mentally, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to mess up on this podcast intro and stuff because, no, a lot of the times, because that's what I'm getting ready to, that's what I just finished doing was plugging up my laptop charger. And I don't know why, it's when I plug up my laptop charger, I just instantly forget what I'm doing at that moment because I'm trying to focus on the charger. I don't know why I put so much focus in the charging my computer and stuff, but anyways, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. So today's episode is going to be me talking about, so here's the thing, because I really don't want to spoil the episode, but I do want to just kind of talk on, my memory of the TV show The Walking Dead, because it just ended tonight, and man, it's crazy. It's crazy to see that it's ending, because I started watching this show when it very first came out. I remember when I had watched the first episode. It was Halloween Day, 2010, I think. Was it 2010 or 20? No, it was 2010 because that's when I started high school and stuff. So anyways, 2010 Halloween. And I remember I was out trick-or-treat with my friends, and I told my friends, I was like, no, I gotta go home. Mom I think it was either a call or a text, but I was just my mom just hit me up saying I gotta come back home. My friends was trying to do everything in their power to let me continue trick-or-treating with them, and I'm like, fam, I can easily just go to the store, ask my parents to give me some candy. There you go, going from house to house, and it's they don't be giving out good candy. At least when I'm going to the store, I know what candy I want and stuff. They're at times, bro, I'm telling you, I should just talk on my memory of going trick-or-treating, because I think out of all the times I've ever went trick-or-treating, it was the one time I remember it was me. And there was this kid that used to live down the street with me, and I remember we just went all throughout the neighborhood, and that was, in my opinion, that was the best Halloween trick-or-treating that I've ever did and stuff. It was that, and I think it was another time where it was me and another friend, we were just going in all neighborhoods. We went in my neighborhood, we went to his neighborhood, we went to a friend's neighborhood, chilled at one friend's house maybe for we chilled on their porch, and we were just eating candy and stuff. But anyways, alright, getting back to premiere day of Walking Dead. No, I still remember faking the it was either a text or phone conversation, and then I just went, hurry up, got home, because I was I knew Walking Dead was gonna start, because I live on the West Coast, so I knew it was gonna start at 9:00. So anyways, come home, sat in my parents' room, and then my parents, they were asleep, but I was still watching it and stuff. I could have just easily went in my room, but they had a bigger TV and stuff, so I was no, I gotta watch it on the big TV and things. So did they have that TV? I'm trying to think, when did they get the big TV? I can't remember when they might have just had, I don't think they had the tube TV when no, because it couldn't have been. Dang, when did they get that TV? I can't remember. Dang, it's been, bruh, I'm telling you, my memory, it's going places. But anyways, overall, I do remember watching when it very first premiered. And then after that, I forgot all about that show. I remember it was a few weeks, I think, had passed by. And I remember I was walking home with this kid named Martin. And yeah, Martin, he was a chill dude. He was a really cool kid and stuff. He was the only Hispanic kid that I knew named Martin. I don't think I've ever seen not anybody in my entire 26 years of existence. I don't think I've ever met a Hispanic kid named Martin. I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm just saying like that is the one and only time I have met a Hispanic kid named Martin. All right, so because you don't hear too many. Only Martin I think of is Martin Luther King and Martin Lawrence, and them two black people. So that's why I was like, when I look at the name Martin, I'm like, I don't think I've met any white people or have seen any white people with the name Martin. So I'm just saying it's one of those things where it's like it's a black name, and so he stood out. He stood out more than anybody. But no, so anyways, I remember me and him, we were walking home from school. It's crazy because I don't even think he lived in, or like went down the street. He didn't even live in the area where we were both going down and stuff. So anyways, I do remember he goes and he says like, yeah, have you been watching that new zombie show and stuff? And it's crazy how I vividly remembering, the whole setup and things. It was raining outside, me and him, we were the only two ones on the street. And yeah, he brought it up and I was all like, oh man, I forgot all about that show. Like I watched the first episode. So I think I had went home and seen that they had multiple episodes on demand and stuff. So I think it was either 2 or 3 episodes. So anyways, yeah, go and was watch them, and of course, I'm not gonna pass that up. And then eventually I just started telling my family about it. I think I remember I told my mom, and I think I might have told my dad. Somehow, some way, my sister, she caught word of The Walking Dead, and it got to a point where we were all sitting there as a family watching that show. Eventually, it just got to a point in time where we were just kind of all just off in our own little areas watching there whenever we could get a chance, or watching it right then and there as a family and stuff. But yeah, it was overall, it was just one of those things where I was like, it was like another form of it wasn't like wrestling, but it just had me hooked like how wrestling had me hooked when I was a kid, where it was all the way up until this last episode, I always made sure there was maybe a couple of times. It was maybe a couple of times I think I had missed a Walking Dead episode, or it might have been 3 times. And it was funny. It was maybe 2 episodes ago from this last episode, the very last episode, where I had I didn't miss it. I mean, I still watched it that night, and same with all the other ones. I still watched them, no, I take that back, because I had missed the other episodes in the very first season and stuff. So yeah, but I made sure of it. I had watched every single episode of The Walking Dead. I think The Walking Dead, because there are shows where it's you just start watching them, kind of SpongeBob, for an example. You didn't watch SpongeBob on premiere day. Maybe some kids did, but for me, you just flipping through the channels and you just see a yellow sponge and a pink star talking to each other, having some of the most weirdest conversations, chasing down jellyfishes and all that stuff. But you don't watch you just watch it whenever it comes on TV. But it's not like you started it day one. You just start watching it. With Walking Dead, it was no, I started that show from beginning to end, and yeah, it honestly it has to be the greatest TV show that I've ever watched. There are shows where there's good episodes, good seasons, just overall a good vibe. I'm trying to think. I can't really think of no other shows and stuff that stood out like Walking Dead, but nah, man, Walking Dead, it was just one of those shows where it was wow, it had me hooked in things. And then when they came out with the video games, the Telltale video games, oh, bro, I'm telling you, that was the one time where I did not mind, because it wasn't even coming out of my own pocket, but even if it was, I still wouldn't have mind. But when they had the Telltale Walking Dead video games come out, bro, I don't think I've ever been, I played the first season. I never did sit down and play any other. I need to go and play the other ones and stuff. But no, when that first season had came out, bruh, that had me hooked. All right, that had me hooked. And then they came out with one about Daryl and his brother. Well, it was more so about Daryl. But they did at some point in time introduce his brother. So it was the first half was about Daryl, then the second half was about Daryl and his brother. And even that game was good. And I was bruh, they really need to so here's what I thought what was gonna happen with video games, like Walking Dead video games, right? Because I think they were gonna try to do something similar to the idea that I had. But it was kind of like they should have it where it's like kind of like in the setup of like the video game DayZ, because I remember when Walking Dead, when it was really blowing up, like DayZ was the go-to game everybody was playing. And I think at that time I didn't have like a PC or a computer or anything, and so I was just watching. I'll watch others play the game, watch episodes. Oh no, that's actually what game that I was playing. It was either before or after a Walking Dead episode. Dead Island. I would go. I'll never forget where it was like. I think was it season 2. It might have been season 2 where it was. I'll go and like when did I think Dead Island came out in 2011. I think Dead Island 1 release day. I think it came out in 2011. Yeah, it came out in 2011 and stuff. So, anyways, but yeah, so it was like, right, yeah, because I think, yeah, so it had to have been season 2. So, anyways, going and I'm like, I'll play like a quick, maybe 2-3 levels or however many levels I can play Walking Dead, and then go right back to playing that game and stuff. And this is like prior, before I was doing like any content creating stuff. But yeah, I most likely, if during that time, if I had been a little bit more serious about content creating, oh yeah, 100%, I would have been, you guys would have seen like a lot of like Dead Island videos and stuff. Cause nah, man, it was like, it had me so hooked. And then the other thing that I had took notice of, like when Walking Dead was airing on, like, like when it was airing and stuff. Now it's like, it's crazy to say like when it was airing, because it's just, man, I know they're gonna come back out with the other shows, like the spin-off shows next year, but man, it's like, it's crazy to just think like the official show, like where it all started, that's ending and stuff. So yeah, I'm like, dang, bruh. I'm like, with y'all? I'm like, why? Like, why y'all do this to us? But anyways, but what was I was getting ready to say something, dang, but nah, man, like, overall, like, I was thinking that the idea was gonna be something along the lines like DayZ, where it's like, you had like that environment like DayZ, but it wasn't like these running zombies, like, it was like Walking Dead zombies, because I liked how the one about Daryl, how that was. I really did think that was a really good Walking Dead, and they just had like an open world version of that game. Bruh, I honestly, and then just had it where it was like you're, helping out, like, different characters in the game and stuff. Like, okay, so like, you may need to help Glenn find Maggie. Like, they kind of have like missions and stuff in the game where, you overall like, or, like, it's like kind of like stuff from the TV show, but it's just, you're replacing whoever character it was, or they're, or you're the one that's guiding and helping out people and things, or, you're being a leader. But I'm saying, like, I honestly think a Walking Dead video, like a free roaming Walking Dead video game, I think that probably would have been the best idea, or one of the best things Walking Dead. Oh, and then like, well, no, because I mean, like, they should like a single player version, but I can already tell, like, if they did an online version, unless it had been kind of like set up like Destiny, where it's like, it's an online game, but you're co-op with people, you helping, well, I mean, they could have it where it's kind of like the Division, where it's like, but I feel like, if it had been set like the Division, for those that did play it, it's like the whole world is a dark zone, like, so everybody's trying to take you out, take your gear and all that stuff, and I'm like, bruh, that's just, that'd be too much, man. I mean, there are games that's kind of like Walking Dead, but I'm like, no, I need an official title from Walking Dead and stuff. So, but yeah, man, I was really hoping for it, and never did happen. I'm like, it's chilled. I mean, they had like all the, the other games. I'm like, I need to play those games, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed one day, or even have it, bruh. I remember when they were saying that they had tryouts for being a walker on The Walking Dead. I'm like, bruh, it was either that or I wanted to be, well, I mean, like, overall, I know I couldn't have been a character because, the comic books and stuff, like, they were already written and things. So, I mean, I think there were some, like, added in characters and things, but overall though, I'm like, bruh, I mean, I would have liked to have like kind of like a character. I mean, I would have liked to live, because I'm like, bro, oh my god, like the amount of characters, if we can sit down and talk about the amount of characters that have died on that show, And it's like, I'm saying, I think there was only one character where it was like he was written off, but he didn't die. Like, they just wrote him off and things. Well, I feel like now everybody's gonna be all like, well, wait a minute. It was like, you told me it was a guy. I'm like, I don't feel like that was a spoiler. I mean, that could have happened at any. I didn't say what season it was. All right, so it could be anybody. But yeah, there was, my apologies for that spoiler. But I feel like if you are gonna be listening to this, like, most likely you have watched all of the show, and if not, you should go watch all of the show. But no, like, oh my, I won't name off any people that they killed. I won't name that and stuff. But oh my, like, bruh, like, I remember even back, like, when the show, when it had, like, started and stuff, it was, no, actually, you know what? Because season 1, like, there were some people that had died. But it wasn't like it wasn't like memorable. Like, the show had just started. So it was like, you hadn't really developed, like, no relationship with that character. You haven't really developed no love for that character just yet. It wasn't until season 2 when they started killing off people, and I was like, hey, yo, like, especially the last few episodes of the season, like, so my favorite season out of all the seasons, 100% season 2. I really did like this last season, but season 2 would probably be my all-time favorite. Like, and I mean, like, there was episodes and, like, other moments of the show where it stood out and I liked it, but I was like, nah, bro, like, season 2, that's a season where it was, like, good from beginning to end. I mean, all the seasons was good from beginning to end, but nah, man, season 2, there's so much going on and stuff. I mean, well, it's always like that. Walking Dead always has some stuff going on, but yeah, but it was like, bro, it was just, yeah, season 2 was just crazy. But yeah, when they started killing off, it went like later in the later seasons and stuff, like, man, there's one episode where it was like, it had me shaking. I ain't gonna lie, like, the episode had me shaking because I was like, what just happened? Like, it was one of those type of episodes and stuff. So yeah, man, like, and then with this last season, and it was like, man, it's crazy to know that it was the last season. Like, they went and dragged it out for as long as they could, and honestly, like, shout out to the writers of The Walking Dead. Like, you guys did an outstanding, dope job with the show, especially with this last episode. Like, oh my god, the last episode was like, it's pretty much like, you think of it like a fireworks show. Like, it was like, it started off with like this crazy explosion, right? And then just, it's kind of like little like, ooh, like that's chill and cool. And then like the grand finale was like, wow, like it really puts you through like an emotional ride almost. Cause I'm like, yeah, this last episode, I was like, bruh, like it was one of those things where I'm like, why? Like, why did it have to go down like that? I mean, out of all the ways that this show could have went down, and you decide to do that to us, I'm like, all right, I see you, writers. But I mean, at the end of the day, though, it don't really surprise me because I'm like, this is something that they known for and things. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. I ain't gonna tell y'all what overall happened and things. I should do an episode or a podcast episode, kind of just spoiling. Well, not spoiling, but just for those that did watch the show and stuff. Like talking on like key moments and things that happened in the show. Because man, I'm telling you, like it was crazy. It was definitely one of those shows where I'm like, I want it again. Like I think that was the point that I was gonna make earlier, was that there was no zombie movie that came out during Walking Dead. I mean, there were some zombie movies, but Walking Dead by far like just took out every like anything zombie related, because the main focus was on Walking Dead. So now I would like to see other people top that out. I mean, so I actually had like I'm currently writing a story right now where it's focused on me and like some actual friends of mine, where it's a zombie. So I will talk, because I'm like, I posted it, so I'm like, yes, I very well will spoil my own show, because I'm like, no, I don't care. I'm like, if you didn't see those videos, you didn't see those videos. But so anyways, it's a zombie apocalypse. It's inspired by like Walking Dead, because it was me and the friend. We were both big fans of Walking Dead and stuff. I should message them and see if they had watched the show. They probably, because I think at some point in time they told me that they've been busy and stuff and they hadn't been watching it. So I'm like, hey, it's whatever. I'm still gonna watch it. But So anyways, I actually had like a really dope idea because I'm like, I blended in. So there was an idea. So I was already writing that. But then I kind of started thinking of another zombie idea, and I decided that I was going to blend it in. So I don't think I'm going to call it like camouflage zombies, but I am going to have like that idea where it's like, you don't like the zombies can portray themselves as actual people and stuff. So I'm like, I know, and I think that there has been like shows and movies, but I'm like, it's gonna be my own spin of it. It's gonna be my own idea. So like, if anybody else tries to come out with this stuff, I mean, you know, great minds do think alike, but I'm just saying, like, if I come out with this and people be trying to, I'm like, no. On November 20th of 2022, I've been thinking of this idea, but I publicized it, okay, on my podcast. So it's like the idea is where like zombies can portray as a person. So they'll like infiltrate and break into people's like, you know, like homes or their camps or whatever, and they were like, oh, I'm a person, like I'm cool, I'm chill, I'm not, you know, no. But then at some point in time, they gotta take a test and be all like, okay, well, we need to know if you're, if you're human or if you're a zombie. And then they take that test and then they realize like, oh my God, they're a zombie and they're inside our camp. Like, no, we have to, we don't have to fight. But it's like, you know, these are some powerful zombies. It ain't like your go-to basic like Walking Dead, Night of the Living Dead. Like, no, these are some powerful zombies and stuff. And so I had it where my character, me, like, you know, overall, it was like, it's because the character's name is Tyler. It's me, okay? It's me. If anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be me. So anyways, so I was like out like, you know, just of course like reacting to the apocalypse. Well, the first season of it is more so focused on my friend. So it's where she's getting off work. That's when the apocalypse starts. And then they end up going to I don't think I had name dropped them all. I might have name dropped them all. But anyways, the idea was having this local mall like being that place where like not a bunch of stuff, where it's like, you know, her and her family goes there and stuff. And then at some point in time, me being in the area, I got the zombies away, tell them go get out of here and stuff. So then I was gonna have like another part where we do eventually meet up again, but it's like this time they were on like this like freeway and stuff. And most likely, you know, be like I-5 probably being the main. But I wanted to kind of have like a house like on the side, because there's a crazy. So this is where the craziness comes in, right? So yeah, they kind of like getting ambushed by zombies, and then of course, like, you know, me once again, you know, coming to the rescue. I ain't getting no handshakes, hugs, nothing. But but no, anyways, I do have it where it's like I get on top of this house, start, you know, guiding the zombies towards me, tell them I'm like, go get out of here. But at some point in time, the roof of the house that I'm standing on caves in. Zombies rush in, and then, you know, I'm fighting them off and things. And then, so anyways, all right, I'll get to, you know, I think we all know what's going to happen at that point. It's like, I feel like, you know, people are like, no, wait a second. So anyways, you know, friends are going, they like hiding out in the house, and then all of a sudden in the distance an explosion. Well, like not like a far distance, but a distance where they close enough to they can see it and stuff, where an explosion goes off. It's me. I'm fighting off a bunch of different zombies. They approach me all like, oh my God, like, you know, I just hit my microphone, my apologies. But anyways, they're like, oh my God, you made it and stuff. I'm like, yes, but then I reveal my shoulder and shown that I have been bit. So I tell them like, oh, go drive me off at this, like, I think it was a park or a bench. And I was like, drive me off there. It was like, but so actually I might change that, because I was like, there was this area that I remember where it was like, I think me and my dad, we had went there like once, but I remember I went there to go do some videos and stuff. And I was gonna have it where it's like, if I were to ever turn this into like a, you know, a series of my own, or even into a movie, I'm like, I want this to, you know, be the area. I'll probably just go buy, where can you buy a bench at? I'm like, maybe Lowe's. I'm like, or just buy like a seat. I don't know, just something. But I'm like, you know, just have it where I'm there and stuff. And then, you know, yeah, they drive off. I start to turn. But, okay, at some point in time, I am saved. I'm still kind of thinking of the idea, but yeah, overall, like, you know, yeah, there's some stuff that goes down. I mean, well, it's like I did kind of say where it's like, you know, where it's like half and half, but I'm like, with me though, it gets a little crazy. I have to say that I'm a lot more worse than the camouflage zombies, where it's like, you know, they can pretend like I'm 10 times worse as them and stuff. So yeah, I think that could be good. It might not top Walking Dead, but you know, I've been writing ever since I was a kid, and I feel like I very well, good. I'm good at writing and stuff. And I think, what I can come up with. I'm like, I wish there was something where it was like an animation program or a video game or something. I would love to have, if there was a video game where it was like an open world setup, but you can create things. Like, overall, like Rockstar Editor, for an example. So it's the game, but then you just kind of guide and tell characters, because bro, oh my god, I might check it out and see if it's possible on PC. If it's possible on PC, then I definitely will work on that series on Rockstar Editor on on my PC and stuff, if I can add mods and do different things in there, because no, I'd 100% want to turn that into actual settings and stuff. So but anyways, and that being said, yeah, once again, shout out to Walking Dead, shout out to the writer, shout out to the actor, shout out to each and every fan behind the show, shout out to everything possible that made that show into what it is today. And so, thank you for just giving me an idea of my own to come up with my own zombie apocalypse story and stuff. But yeah, man, I think, if I ever do turn it into something, if I turn it into a movie or a TV series, 100% I gotta do a Easter egg of Walking Dead, where it's I'm reading I'm reading a bunch of Walking Dead comics and stuff. I should do that. I think that would be kind of a little Easter egg within mine, to shout out and be hey, it's in case y'all was wondering where the idea came from for my zombie apocalypse, movie or TV show. I'm Walking Dead. I'm they shout out to them and stuff. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.